My favourite arcade game of all time is Robotron 2084. Its clever use of twin joysticks and fast noisy action means I'm always playing it on my arcade MAME setup at home. The man responsible for this classic, among many others he was involved in, was a games designer called Eugene Jarvis. One of his later 1980s titles that he was also responsible for was the rather controversial 1988 hit that we will be looking at today, NARC. Being one of the first more realistically violent video games with plenty of blood, kills and body parts, its premise is pretty simple. It's a standard run and gun where you must arrest and kill hordes of drug gangs and deranged individuals, culminating in defeating the big bad drugs boss, Mr. Big. Oh, I struggle with that. You can play 1 or 2 players, choosing between Max Force or Hitman. They were really up all night coming up with those names, eh? In the arcade footage you can see here, you get a good idea of the carnage on offer, especially the rocket launcher kills. I kind of see why this was a big deal back in the 80s. The game does try and balance this up though, by giving you more points for arrest over kills. Bless. As a success in the arcade, it was always going to get home ports, and duly did for the Commodore 64, Atari ST, Amiga, Amstrad CPC, the NES, and the version by Ocean Software we're looking at today, the ZX Spectrum. The home ports were generally well received by gaming publications at the time, although Matt from Your Sinclair pulls no punches. This NARC business, I really don't know. I'm not that big on it at all. I don't think it's really Ocean's fault, it's more down to the original Williams arcade machine. But this is one of the most objectionable specky games I've seen in ages. It's very, very violent. It's pretty repetitive, and the plot is utter nonsense. Yes, I know the plots are utter nonsense in most coin-ups, but this one is particularly bad. I think his objections are from the right place though, as he's not against the blood and guts per se, just the whole ridiculous premise of the game. As he goes on to say, but anyway, I'm not going to go on about this moral stuff anymore, it's rather boring I know, but let me just say this, any game that, for instance, thinks growing ganja is a similar sort of crime to making crack and deserves the same reward, i.e. death, has a screw loose somewhere and leaves a very unpleasant taste in the mouth. So how does the 128K Spectrum game hold up? How close did it get to the arcade? And does it still hold up today? Let's find out. Okay, so here we are, NARC, on the ZX Spectrum, 1990. So I always play keyboard, generally, when I play these games on the emulator. Bring the mouse out of the way. Okay, so first level, we have this guy to contend with. That matches a Das Lof gang member, apparently. So, graphically, this is really nice. Very close to the arcade. I like this. Very 128K Spectrum. I like it. And here we are. Okay. So, it actually looks pretty decent. It actually looks really good. Kind of reminds me a little bit of RoboCop in the way that it looks, the RoboCop game on the Spectrum. So they've gone for the monochrome colour to avoid any colour clash, which is fine, you know, limitation of the system, but it's okay. But it actually looks pretty good. Now it runs really slowly though. I'm guessing there's a trade-off between the way it looks and the way it runs, although it's not that. I haven't used my rocket, I haven't worked out how to use my rocket launcher yet, but it's not particularly gory so far. I mean, they just sort of disintegrate into the ground. There's no blood or anything because of the colour. I want to use my rockets and work out how to use it. The controls are a bit fiddly. And then, oh, there we go. Oh, there's limbs and there's a head bouncing. There's a head bouncing at 2 frames per second. Okay, that's pretty cool. So, I'm kind of stuck in a crouch, but to be honest, this kind of feels like a strat. I don't seem to be, see, when I'm upright, I don't seem to be going any quicker than I am if I'm crouched. And then I can hit these guys that are crouched. That seems to be the meta here, I think. I mean, he walks quite comfortably in a crouched position. So a different colour on this level, but again, it looks good. It looks really good. It's just so slow, like really slow. I'm not sure. I mean, I never played this game. Oh, there's a dog. There's dogs. I think, what the fuck is that? What was that running off? Now, obviously I've played the... Wow, yes, look at that. Oh, his leg. Okay, the explosions are pretty cool. They've done well there. I want to know if I can blow up dogs. I'm guessing probably not. I kind of want to try. Oh, I missed. God, the dogs really, if they get on you, they really drain your health. I want to... Oh, it's turning into a chicken dog thing. So I know when I played the arcade version that when you... So they're not complete monsters. The designers of this game, because when you kill the dogs they just turn into puppies, but here it almost looks like they turn into running chickens. I don't know. So you see that I killed that dog, and so I presume you can't explode the dogs. I kind of want to try, but this control system really sucks. Now you got to remember, there we go. See, yeah, didn't blow up the dog. The head's still bouncing. That's brilliant. So yeah, you got to remember in the arcade there were separate buttons for fire, rocket, fire your gun, fire your rockets, jump and crouch. Whereas here, firing your gun and your rocket is on the same button. So you have to hold the button down and it will sometimes fire. It seems it doesn't always seem to work. It will sometimes fire your rocket, and then you jump and your crouch is one button as well. So if you hold down and press that button, then you crouch. If you press up, you jump. Sometimes it's not particularly responsive. So that's the first level done. It's pretty good. I kind of like that. So now we've got to get this guy, Dr. Spike Rush, chemist and pusher. Oh, it's a double whammy. So this is the look at him. Look at his hair. So this is the guy that throws needles at you. Now in the arcade version, when the needles get thrown at you, you go all sort of multicoloured. It takes a bunch of your health off. Why, look at that. Big old mess. I can see why Matt from Your Sinclair thought this was pretty violent for 1990 standards. Remember, this is before sort of Mortal Kombat and those type of games where the violence become more acceptable. This stuff was a rare occurrence. Okay, so I want to kind of try two things. I want to see whether the injection guys explode when I hit them with my bomb, and I also want to know what happens when they hit me with a syringe. If I can just stop dying just through bad gameplay for a second. I want to kind of test those things out. So, because we know these drug gang guys get blown to smithereens. Oh, God, I missed. But what about these guys? I suspect they don't. Oh, he's got me. Oh, look. Oh, that's cool. So obviously because of the colour clash thing, it can't It can't really do what the arcade one does, but it does. He does this sort of weird sort of shake of the head, like what the hell was that? Which I kind of like. Okay, oh, he's got me again. See, look, it makes me go all weird. It's pretty cool. Kind of like that. Okay, there's a couple of them. I want to use my bazooka on them. Can't seem to. It's really hit and miss as where it works to me, and I don't know whether it's because the space bar is too close to the fire key and I'm away. Look at that! When I want to do it, it doesn't always work. When I don't want to do it, it does work. Is that level done? Pretty easy. I really like the faithfulness to the Williams sort of look. Like the numbers and the top half of information above the gameplay area is very close to the original. It's really good, and this bit's really good too. So here's the next guy, Joe Rockhead, aka Dumpster Man. Yeah, he looks. Whoa, he's a PCP addict. Is that how you spell addict? Maybe. Ah, now you see, look. Oh, we've got the car. We've got the car. Whoa! Okay, so Dumpster Man doesn't get exploded. I think it's just the gang members that explode, which is fine. I want to get in the car. Okay, can we jump? Yes, we're in. We're in the Porsche. Okay. It's really slow to control up and down. Oh, it's good fun. Oh, okay. Can't get past that, and that writes it off completely. Jeez. Fragile Porsche, that one. But you can see the similarities between this and RoboCop. It looks... I'm going to have to revisit RoboCop because I don't remember RoboCop running this slowly. Maybe it did. Maybe I'm just having nostalgia for it. I mean, I haven't played it in a long time. But this is slow. Oh, he's got the bin. Or the dumpster. Oh, I couldn't move out of the way of it. Look, the head's still bumping around there. That's just great. Yeah, if I'd have paid full price for this back in the late 80s, early 90s, I would have been pretty happy, I think. There's a lot of game. It is a little repetitive, but I mean, this level's quite a lot different from the others, and at least the different sort of gangs or characters in each level give you something different to play against. I mean, yeah, this is fun. Just mowing everyone down. You can't get past those dumpsters. Okay. I've still got all my lives on this credit, and I've still got another credit left. Can't do anything about these helicopters. And a lot of the best Spectrum games, you know, don't particularly look brilliant, but they just play really well. You know what I mean? They're just still fun to play today. You know, like your Jumping Jacks and your Chucky Eggs and games like that, where they don't look anything special, but because they play so well, they're just easily pick-upable now. Whereas this noticeably struggles. But as I said before, I don't know whether that would have been an issue for me back then. I don't know whether I would have noticed this being particularly slow. What the hell is this? It's somebody snatching a woman. Now, I never got as far as this in the arcade, so this is all new. Kinky Pinky? Who the hell's Kinky Pinky? Oh my, what is that? Is that a man or a woman? Sort of big, strong arms. Okay, I'm a little bit scared now. Oh my god, look! Is that a woman? Why are they walking like that? They're walking worse than the dumpster man who looks like he filled his trousers. What is going on? Okay. I want to see some more kinky pinky. Pinky kinky? I'm not entirely sure. It's a shame you can't blow everyone up. Oh look, there's a prostitute. Oh my god, they've just been killed by Kinky Pinky. Oh, that's horrific. So, oh look. Stabs them. Oh, brutal. That is brutal. I wonder if they do that in the arcade game. I'm going to have to pump some more credits into it when I play it and have a look. That is just... Look at this, look. Oh, that stabbing motion. They're going to go and get the other one. Oh, she just died. I think Kinky Pinky is a man. I think. There's freaking 4 of them. Imagine. I'm being kinky pinkied. There is always a lot of money on the floor here. Some very dubious looking green lighting. Yeah, I don't like the green. I've got to say, look at them. Just look at the way the animation on them charging me down. The way they stab as well. It's horrible. Back outside. Yeah, you see it's because the animation when the guys explode is fairly generic. It's just arms and legs. It could belong to anyone, just going various ways. I don't know whether the head is. No, I think they could have just used that same. But then again, I guess if you explode a bunch of them in one go, it's just gonna crawl to a standstill, maybe. I'm almost dead here, I think. I don't know which. Oh, there's an exit. Oh, the bloody exit. I'm missing the exits here. Oh, I'm such an idiot. There's an exit here. Oh no. I'm not going to make it. I can't. Let me pass. Let me. Oh. I died. Oh, game over. And that. Oh. And it crashed as well. Ah, good times. Now, just as a little experiment here, I'm going to speed it up 2 times and see how it plays. Get rid of the sluggish aspect. So, ignore the really super annoying music now because we're running everything twice as fast. But let's just see how this plays now. See, this bit's not doesn't really suffer. Looks okay. I mean, 2 times fast might be too quick, but oh my god. Okay. Okay. All right. So, it's maybe a little too quick, like 1.75 or something. What? I mean, look, but it's so much nicer. Oh, just blowing stuff up's easier. The controls just feel more responsive. Oh, it's a million times better. Yeah, this is good. It's running maybe just a little tad too quick. Chicken dogs are running really fast. But yeah, this feels so much better. That's a shame, because it's obviously just a big limitation of the system to handle this graphically and have a decent pace, which is sad, because if it played somewhere like this pace, then it would have been freaking awesome. I mean, I'm not necessarily doing any better, but it's just nicer. It's just a nicer experience. And because of the low frame rate of the body exposed and stuff, they don't look too out of place. at ×2. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. I'm still crap, but that's that first level done. It's pretty good. I could quite happily play at this. The problem now I've got, of course, by playing it at 2 times speed, I'm not going to want to play it at normal speed. So I'm not getting the true Spectrum experience, I guess. And then if you're playing at this speed, why not just play the main one and not the Spectrum one? But this is kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of fun. I could kind of live with this. I think I might play it to see how far I get. Yeah, it's cool. So is it a Spectrum game that you can play today? I think it is. Even though I did speed it up by 2 times, I think it's still pretty playable, although a little sluggish. And it looks comparable against the other versions you can see here. It does chug along, but the animations are good. The sound is good. The gameplay is pretty good. Controls are a bit fiddly. But if you do increase the speed, you will notice it's more fun to play. But saying all that, at least it's not the Amstrad version, which I'll leave with you here with all its glorious sound effects for you to count your lucky stars you never played that one. Until the next one, bye for now.